Hi Year 2, welcome to another maths lesson where we're thinking about how much things weigh. We're going to be using grams and kilograms again, so we're building on yesterday's learning. Before we start that, big thumbs up to everybody yesterday for doing such an amazing job of the maths activity, especially those people who went into their kitchen cupboards and found things that were measured in grams and things that were measured in kilograms. Let's have a look at today's learning. Bit of a recap first before we start the new learning from today. Lots of people have seen these at school. Kipling shared a great photo of this with his objects that he found in the kitchen yesterday. So this is the dial scale that we will be using again today. And then this is the more common one these days, the electronic scale, the digital scale that shows you in numbers rather than with a needle that points. So we're going to skip ahead. And the first thing I'd like us to do is decide whether we should measure these things in kilograms because they're really heavy, or grams because they're not so heavy. So let's start with the charcoal. Do you think we should measure the charcoal in grams or kilograms? What do you think? Kilograms. How about this cheese? Cheese in kilograms or in grams? Depends how big your lump of cheese is, but normally cheese we would measure in grams, unless you're buying loads of cheese to last for a very long time. Okay, how about people? This person here, are we measuring this person in grams or kilograms? Kilograms, nice and heavy, probably around 70, 80 kilos if it's a man. What about this packet of crisps? I do love crisps. Are we going to measure a packet of crisps in kilograms because it's heavy, or grams because it's not so heavy? What do you think? Kilograms or grams? Yeah, grams, easy peasy, right? Butter. Is your butter at home measured in kilograms or in grams? Have a look on the packet. Can you see how much it weighs? This pack of butter here weighs 500 grams. What about my tropical heat paprika spices? Yeah, of course you know straight away this isn't very heavy, it's only a small tub. So we measure that in grams too, which leaves us the baby and the flour. Well, this bag of flour is pretty big, but normally with flour anyway, we would measure it in kilograms, and the baby weighs only a little bit more than the bag of flour. So the baby is measured in kilograms too. I'm sure you're all experts. You are really confident with your grams and kilograms. If you're not sure, send me a message and I can do more sorting examples like this for you to try at home. Okay, what measurement is shown on this scale? This is yesterday's learning. Everybody's an expert. We can count round. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the missing number? 5. 5 what? That's really important. Got to think about those units. So the number shown on the scale is 5 grams. This scale shows 5 grams. And I know that yesterday was easy because all you had to do was count on and think of the next number. Today's is a bit more tricky. On scales, they don't write every number, because if they're scales that measure heavy, really heavy things, there's too many numbers to fit on. Think about our number line and how our numbers get a bit squashed and it makes it difficult to read. It's the same thing with these. If you've got a really small scale, you're not going to be able to fit all of the numbers in there, so they miss a few out. Just like this. They've taken some numbers out, so it's less squashed. So they haven't bothered to tell us what these numbers are. And that can be a problem, especially if the arrow is pointing where there is no number. So what you have to do is work out what those missing numbers are. We check these, they're called intervals, these gaps here. And we try and work out, well, is it an interval of, does it go up in 1s? Or does it go up in 2s? Does it go up in 5s, or 10s, or 25s, or 50s? What number do you think is shown on here? Got to imagine you know what the rest of the numbers are. One way to check is to find your 0 and look at the next number. Okay, it's 2. What's between 0 and 2? Okay, what's between 2 and 4? What's between 4 and 6? Try to fill in the blanks in your head. Or if you manage to print out your piece of paper, you can write the missing numbers on there. You can't do that with the scales though, especially if you're using the scales in a supermarket. So if we fill in these missing numbers, we can see that actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's quite an easy pattern to spot on this one. So the missing number that we were looking at was 5, so we know that this scale shows 5. 5 grams. And most of the examples today are like this one. So it jumps up in 2s, so the missing number is 1, 3, 5. Let's have a look at another one. See, it's exactly the same. It's going up, it's skipping 1, and then 2, 4, 6. So we've got all of the even numbers, and we need to put in the odd numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what does this show? It shows 3 grams. You have to look quite carefully because the arrow is in the way. It's not always this easy when it starts with 0 here. Sometimes the examples will have a different number here, and you still have to spot what those missing numbers are. Check several times. 6 something 8. Well, 6, 7, 8. Does that make sense? Yes. Let's keep going to see if it still makes sense with the next one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we obviously know what that pattern is, and we just need to add 1 each time. Bit like a number line, but round. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to check that my whole scale makes sense. Because if I've suddenly got a big jump or a number that doesn't fit with that pattern, I've done something wrong. Definitely double checking. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. What's the measurement shown on the scale? It is 9 for grams. Some of them will be kilograms today, so do watch out. Oh, we made this a little bit heavier. The numbers have got a little bit bigger. This will test people counting in 2s, 14, 16, 18, 20. Right, what are the missing numbers there? 14, 16, 18. At this point, you're probably realizing why we've done so much learning on number lines, because we can go forwards and backwards really easily now because of all of our practice. What's the measurement shown on the scale? It is 17 grams. 17 grams. Your job today is to use these skills to find the missing numbers on your examples that look a bit like this. You'll find those on your class dojo. These are your 4 steps. Yesterday there were only 3, today there are 4 steps. The first thing you're going to do is look for the units. Is it grams or kilograms? That's really, really easy to spot. Grams or kilograms. Then you're going to check the scale. When I say check the scale, I mean, is it going up by 1, 2, 3, 4, or is it going up 2, 4, 6, 8? Then you work out the missing number. That's where the arrow is pointing. And then you write the answer neatly. I had to speak to some people yesterday because what they put in their maths book was not their personal best. It was not even close. And I did ask those people to do the learning again. Exactly the same as if you were sitting here in the classroom with me. If you do something that you don't think is your best, I don't want to see it. So I'm going to show everybody exactly what it should look like so that everybody understands what they are going to do in their book before they send me a picture today. Here is A. This is the actual question for A. So everybody's is going to look exactly like this. Now you've got a maths book, and in your maths book you have a page that will look something like this. If you are, so bit wide. If you are drawing a margin, that's brilliant. It will help make your maths look even neater, but you don't have to. I understand not everybody at home has a ruler. I am going to draw a margin in mine, but you don't have to. Here's my margin. And with one letter in one box, I'm going to write A. A. Then I complete these 4 steps. So I check the units, okay, it's grams. Then I check the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's going up in ones, but not all of the numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check the missing number. 5. So it's 5 grams. A, now I can leave a little space here, 5, and then next box, go for grams. Then you go straight on to B, and you complete B. If it's kilograms, 8, you can write kg, kilograms, in one square, just like I have here. And then on to C. And then on to D. One digit in one box. So when I have 10, I need to use 2 boxes because it's a 2-digit number. I've left one line in between each one to make the answers really, really clear and obvious. So when you send me a photo, I can see all of your answers really, really clearly. In your maths book, you're going to do A down to I, which are all using the same units, and then J down to R. When you've finished all of them, take a picture, send it to me on Class Dojo so that I can have a look and see who is finding it tricky when the numbers are missing and who is ready for the next step. Give it your personal best. I look forward to seeing your home learning. Bye!